days ago, I never raised my finger once. Yesterday, I was... Good evening. Welcome to Grandma's Attic. I have to tell you that sometimes the stuff you don't see on the camera is the funniest part of the show. Anyway, good evening. Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. I'm so happy you're here with us. You know, all the time when I am looking for music, I look for that je ne sais quoi, that special something, that burst of star. And, you know, of course, Terry LaChance has pointed me out to a whole bunch of people, and you all know that because I tell you that almost every week in the last year. She pointed me in this direction, and I turned on my video on my phone, and I listened, and I went into my phone, and I looked her up, and I looked at other things of hers, and I got all excited because all of a sudden, whoosh, fireworks. She's fun, she's engaging, she's intelligent, and she's a really good musician on top of all that other stuff. We're going to have a really good time with this show. You're going to love her music. She's doing all originals, which you know how Grandma feels about originals, right? So please welcome into your heart, into your home, and into your mind, Liz Reed.
You said you would make me blush. I'd been hoping someone new would come along. I didn't know you'd be so handsome or so strong, but you were. I didn't know you'd be good for me. Oh, you did. Oh, now 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's that knocking at my door? Say 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on now, baby, don't be late. 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's that knocking at my door? Say 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on now, baby, you did. Now, I don't have my bass player today, so you're just gonna put up with my little trumpet. So it ain't been dancing 20 years come May. I sure am glad you haven't up and gone away. I'd be so sad now that I know you're pretty good for me. Oh, it's you, babe. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's that knocking at my door? Say 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on now, baby, don't be late. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. Who's that knocking at my door? Say 5, 6, 7, 8. Come on now, baby, you did. Oh, it's you, babe. Oh, Thank you. So, a few years back, we had a little bit of a cougar situation going on. A little cougar situation because when my husband and I first met, he was 19 and I was 27. Yeah, I know. And, well, see what happened was I was in grad school and he was an undergrad, and we were at a function and he had a beer in his hand and I looked cute, I guess. So he thought I was like 23 at the most, and I thought he was over 21, and he wasn't. Yeah, so it wasn't a problem, except, with his mom. So this is the first song that I ever wrote for my husband. Here we are, 22 years later. And now we're exactly the same age. Exactly. The dishes have all been done. It's time for you to go. A perfect day in Wonderland for the world's two most perfect loving souls. Oh, but I am tired too, and there's nothing left to do but kiss and smile and say goodbye and pray that you don't fall asleep on your way home. So turn up the car stereo, hold me just as tight as you can. And by the light of the stars, we'll find out who we are. And baby, let's just keep dancing. Let's just keep dancing. There's so much of me that you don't know. I'm tainted by the power of doubt. I'm awful at baseball, a witch in the morning, and I have a penchant for putting my foot in my mouth. Oh, but who's to know what's right? You don't have to stay here tonight. But if patience is the only virtue that I have left, then I will wait for you. So turn up the car stereo, hold me just as tight as you can. And by the light of the stars, we'll find out who we are. And baby, let's just keep dancing. So now it's 3:15 a.m. and I can't sleep a wink, and it scares me to death just to think that I might be in love again. Have mercy, I might be in love again. So turn up the car stereo, hold me just as tight as you can. dishes have all been done. It's time for you to go. We used to, when we first started dating, we didn't have anywhere to go because he was 19 and lived with his parents. So we used to dance out in the driveway. So last summer, I was at a concert, and it was still a little bit COVID. So we had, down in front of the stage were like groups of chairs. And so my friends and I were in this group, and there was another lady over there. And you know how girls might like compliment each other. We like do that to each other. Even if you're a stranger, you'll say, "Oh, I love your dress," or something like that. We straighten our crowns and we talk to each other, and it's fine. So this woman was kind of like looking at me a little bit, and I was like, oh, well, maybe she's going to come over and, give me a compliment. And she finally makes her way over, and she doesn't compliment me. And when I told my friends what happened, they were upset, and they were like, which one is she? Tell me which one she is. I'm like, no, it's fine. Like, it's fine. And I got a really good song out of it. So this is called Look at Me Now. I was dancing and grooving to Sue's guitar, having a great time, yeah. I was approached by an intoxicated stranger. She leaned over with a smile, and she said, "How old are you?" I just turned 59, and I used to look like you. But then I went on a diet. She really said that. And look at me now, look at me now, look at me now, now. She said, look at me now, look at me now, look at me now, now. Yeah, that really happened. Mm-hmm. Well, there were a lot of things I could have done in response to that nasty one. I could have punched her, or I could have said, how old are you? I just turned fabulous, and I used to act like you. But then I grew up, and look at me now, look at me now, look at me now, now. Look at me now, look at me now, look at me now, now. I guess the moral of the story is be kind to strangers no matter what they say. I guess the moral of the story is be kind to strangers, 'cause we all make mistakes. And look at me now, look at me now, look at me now, now. You can sing it. Look at me now, look at me now, look at me now, now. That was a lot. Yeah. So, but again, at least I got a good song out of it, right? I mean, so still one. It's a lesson song, right? And I didn't punch her, and I just kind of smiled and said, okay, thanks. And I feel like I was a good human that day. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, we're taught in martial arts that, for us, it's self-defense only. And she didn't put her hands on me. She just was not very nice. It happens. You weren't taught that? Never hit anybody first. Oh, okay. They better watch out. But I grew up, see? Here I am. I'm a grown-up. So this next song, I think it probably started when I was in grad school. I probably started writing it. And we were part of a Take Back the Night rally, which is in protest of violence against women. And then there were these wonderful moments where 3 generations of us got to participate in the Women's March. 3 generations of family together at the Women's March in Hartford. That was an amazing moment. And then last summer, Roe got overturned. So the song I finally finished this song. It's called What We Want. I am losing all my patience, 'cause the same thing happens over and over and nothing is done. I will not go back to 1950, and I am loud and I am angry, and I will keep demanding change till everyone can go where they want and be who they want and love who they want and wear what they want, do what they want with their own bodies, till everyone can go where they want, be who they want and love who they want and wear what they want and do what they want with their own bodies. It's not enough just to vote them out, 'cause they keep coming at me from every which way. I am not half a person, and I wake up by on mine till we say, oh, you know that everyone can go where they want, be who they want, love who they want, and wear what they want, and do what they want with their own bodies. Yeah, we can go where we want, do what we want, love who we want, and not get shot, and do what we want with our own bodies. Come on and get up, stand up like Bob said we should, like Susan would, like Harvey would, like Malcolm and Ruth, 'cause we know the truth for our own bodies. Be careful what you don't do, be careful what you don't say, 'cause they'll come for you one day. Protest songs, it's a whole genre. I have a few other ones. I used to write lots of teenage angsty songs, even into my 20s, where they were still teenage angsty songs. But then I had kids, and I couldn't write the teenage angsty songs anymore because all of a sudden I was happy. Look at that. Amazing. And I now have these things living in my house. We call them teenagers. See, I only have to say that word and people understand what I'm talking about. So, we do get good moments. We do get actual conversations with more than just, It does happen. It happens rather rarely, however. My mom said yesterday, she goes, I haven't seen your son in a really long time. I was like, well, he's out of school, so he sleeps a lot. I think yesterday he got up at 2:30 in the afternoon. He goes, Mom, that's the latest I've ever slept. I was like, good for you? And that's a feat? I don't know. Like, what are you doing? So occasionally we have to remind ourselves that this too shall pass, right? At some point they will talk to me again. And they will think, every so often he does think I'm cool. He came and did some photography at one of the shows, and he actually gave me for my birthday a framed picture of me performing. So I guess that means he thinks it's cool. So at least I have that for the cool factor. I should definitely turn my hair purple again, though, because that'll bring up the cool factor. It always does, especially for high school kids. So this is called Straight to the Moon. I love you more than anything. I love you straight to the moon. I love you bigger than anything. Forever. true. Oh, even when you roll your eyes whenever I say anything. Oh, even when you leave food on your plate that I just made. Oh, even when you duck away whenever I try to kiss you. I will love you anyway, 'cause I love you more than anything. I love you straight to the moon. I love you bigger than anything. Forever, forever true. No matter how many phone calls I get from your teacher or your principal. Oh, even when you leave your socks on the floor in every room. Oh, even when you goad your sister so she's the one who gets in trouble. I will love you, 'cause I love you more than anything. I love you straight to the moon. I love you bigger than anything. Forever, forever true. Someday we'll have empty hallways, empty chairs and empty rooms. Someday we'll be sorry and a little lonely without you. And I love you more than anything. I love you straight to the moon. I love you bigger than anything. Forever, forever true. Forever, forever. Thanks. So, you know when you first start living with someone and they're all of a sudden you're like, you do that? That's very, very annoying. And now I'm, hitting the change. And so I have even less patience than I used to. So this song, I wrote this song a long time ago, but it's very apropos right now. And it used to have a title that you can't say at family shows. The word for a female who's,
You can say it on this TV show.
I can say it on this TV show. It used to be called the bitch song, but now we call it the non-B song, so we can play it. I can play it at family shows. And so I had to come up with all these other ways of saying bitch, but not saying it. So I got to be a little more creative on this song than I would usually. And he forgives me. I know he does. I'm standing here in my blue pajamas and I can't find the words I want, and I'm standing here while my martini gets warm, and I can't find those words, and I guess I just had a bad day, I just had a bad hair day, I just had a chubby day, I just had an ugly day, and I want to say I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for being such a cranky wife, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for being such a grumpy lady. I'm standing here while my another drink gets warm, and I don't want to sound like your mother, but I wish you'd just pick your clothes up and put your dishes in the dishwasher and not make such a mess all the time. And I did it again. and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for being such a nasty woman, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for being such a cantankerous member of the female persuasion. Well, maybe I should eat something, or maybe I should take something. You know, I've had a headache all day, or maybe I should sit down, or maybe I should lie down. You know, I woke up in the middle of the night in a complete sweat, and I could not go back to sleep because I was so hot. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for being such a witch all the time, and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, but especially for you, 'cause you have to live with me. My poor husband. Seriously, I feel bad for him. It's really terrible.
Oh.
You know. So, one of the people that was pretty important in my life growing up, influenced me many more ways than I ever thought he did, was my stepdad. And he and my mom moved to New Mexico in 2009, I think. She's from Connecticut. He lived in Connecticut a long time, but they always wanted to live somewhere rather dry and away from people, because my stepdad didn't really like people at all. He would never fly because he had like this personal space problem. So he didn't want to ever go on an airplane, and he loved to drive. That was his thing. He used to drive rally cars when he was in his 20s, and he gave me some driving advice that ended up being pretty important. So on the last trip I ever took out there, he let me drive the Cadillac, and that was a big deal. That was the first time he ever let me drive one of his cars that wasn't mine, that he didn't give me. I couldn't drive any of the other ones. So that was like a turning point in our relationship. I got to drive the Cadillac, and of course, I hit a curb, and he had to get the undercarriage fixed. Oh, but he wasn't that mad. It was fine. So this is called Cadillac Highway. It's blowing season, storms coming, wait and see. Sweet smell of the Scotch brush hovering on the breeze. Sunsets over Gomez. Another night in this old mining town, just buddy, you and me. What life did you imagine? Years of passing smiles. Prickly pear in the front yard. Jackrabbits run and hide. Day trips, you along for the ride. Big sky above us, yellow lines as our guide. On my Cadillac highway, flat and wide. Desert before us, stretched on either side. We've got miles to go, maybe then we'll sleep. Promises we don't have to keep. This is how I fly. We weren't sure that we heard right through the haze of tears. Ragged fragments of information, the worst of our fears. Best care, good months, blown about by the gusts of fact, feeling lost and stunned. White walls, back again, treatment after treatment, but I'd rather be spending on my Cadillac highway desert before me, stretched on either side. I've got miles to go, maybe then I'll sleep. Promises I'm trying to keep. This is how I fly. Took a left at Lordsburg, had to stop for a while. Everything's much harder these days, but lying down's not my style. Think I'll turn back now, head for the mountains this time. Aim for the apex, the outside of the curve, the peak against the sky. Hold me, hold me, hold me, home on my Cadillac highway one last time. Devil behind me, dust on either side. I've got miles to go, I'll sleep. Promises I can't keep. This is how I fly. This is how I fly. I fly.
So you want to do one more song and then come talk to me?
Sure. This one is for my daughter. She is on the autism spectrum and got lots of things going on. And one time I realized that all we did was criticize her behavior. All we did was correct her all day. And forgetting to remind her how amazing she is. So this is for you. You are more precious than gold. You are loved. You are strong and bold. You are loved. I will love you forever, even when our journey ends. 'Cause you are a story untold. You are loved. So since my kids were little, I've always sung them to sleep. And the older one, he doesn't let me do it anymore. But the younger one, she still does. So sometimes I sing this song. You are more precious than gold. You are loved. You are strong and bold. You are loved. I will love you forever, even when our journey ends. 'Cause you are a story untold. You are loved.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Let me finish it. Why don't you come over and have a seat? So yeah, I'm trying to go live here. So oh my goodness. So is that amazing? So it's summertime. Sailfest is next weekend. Yes. Sailfest. Check out the lineup. Go to sailfest.org, I think. I'm not sure. newlondonsailfest.com. Either way, type in Sailfest and you'll get all the details. I just know that. Downtown New London will be a zoo. Don't try to park in downtown New London, especially the day of the fireworks. Find a place to park away from downtown and enjoy yourself. Sailfest for the first time in several years now is going to be amazing again. The craft fair starts on Saturday morning and lines all of Bank Street. Check it out, all kinds of artists, all kinds of crafting, all kinds of wonderful vendors. It's Sailfest, and we're back at it the right way. So I'm going to talk to Liz now. Hi. Hi, I want to finish this. They changed my my algorithms on my phone. They put in a new, like they updated without asking my permission. Do you know what I mean by that?
I mean the man.
Whoever runs cell phone stuff.
Beyond my area of expertise.
I wouldn't even, I know, but can you live without yours?
No, not now. What did I ever do before I had GPS? Like, how did I get places?
I know, right?
I drove places. I got there.
I had a paper map, but
yes, I had the atlas for the whole county, right? In the notebook type thing, I would keep that like under the seat.
Right.
I had the folded maps. And then I had this envelope of directions. They were like written out directions to places I would go a lot.
I never had that.
Oh, I definitely. Well, Type A. We've talked about this.
Yes,
Type A.
we did talk about Type A, and when you're not being a fabulous musician, which you are, by the way, you're a school teacher.
I am.
What grade do you teach?
I teach pre-K through 5th grade music.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Well, that's not really being a teacher.
No, it's dancing around and laughing with kids all day. It's actually really fun.
I mean, when you're doing what you love, you're not working.
Well, yes, I am a teacher, but I don't work that often. Yeah.
Right. They say if you do what you love, you don't work a day in your life. I'm not saying that dealing with those children is easy. And I have age groups that I like. And then there's that age group. I used to be a bus driver.
So you know.
A special needs bus driver.
Mm-hmm. So you definitely know.
For 5 through 9.
Yeah.
5th grade through 9th grade.
That's where we are with my daughter right now. Yeah, you were the driver of her bus, and we have a lovely, lovely bus driver right now who is the sweetest and puts up with all of the garbage that they spew. So it's wonderful. I gave her a really big present at the end of the year.
Let's talk about music. When did you start playing music? When did you know that music was something you needed to do?
That was from day one. I was singing like in the womb, I think.
Okay.
My mother said that, I just came out singing.
Nice.
I started piano when I was 7. My mom played with me for a little while. She took lessons at the same time, which was really cool.
That was fun, right?
Yeah, and now she can at least pick out like a melody. She can read music a little bit, which is great. Yep. My grandfather was a folk singer and a performer in northeastern Connecticut, and he was pretty famous in, it was actually called Grandpa's Attic, I believe, wasn't it? Music from the Attic, that's what it was called. So when I saw your title, I went, oh my gosh, that is uncanny.
Did you tell your mother?
I don't think I told her what it was called. But it's my dad's dad that was the folk singer. And he passed away when I was about 13. So he and I we got to know each other, but not when he was a performer and not when I was a performer. So, but I'm sure
but it's in your blood.
Yeah, and he's still taking care of me. I'm sure he's
That's how it goes.
very proud.
Do you remember when you wrote your first song?
Yeah. I was 10, and it was terrible. I think it went like, I hurt you and you hurt me. I was so afraid of losing you.
A girlfriend-boyfriend song.
Of course. I told you, it was teenage angst songs from like age 10 all the way to like age 28. Teenage angst.
By that time, you were in love. By the time you were 28.
I was.
With a much younger man.
With a much younger man. I'm so lucky.
That's it. I married a much younger woman, too, so I understand.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. He doesn't have any hair, but, you know, it doesn't matter. He had this gorgeous hair when we first started dating. It was like down to here, and it was this mane of just, oh, I loved it so much. And then it went away.
My wife doesn't have any hair either.
We have all sorts of things in common.
She would have hair if she didn't shave it off every day. I mean,
right, exactly.
She keeps it short. I'm like, whatever, it's your hair. I mean, I have purple hair. Who am I to talk?
For sure.
I had purple hair when we met.
Oh. So it's part of you.
Yeah, she wouldn't know what to do with someone that didn't have colored hair. Well, sure. Yeah, she might. Never mind. So you seem to write songs that speak of life. Do you get your majority of your music from looking at life around you?
Definitely. I mean, I think it all starts right here. Mm-hmm. And it's that sort of outpouring of emotion and then just moving it around so it actually makes sense to other people.
Do you sing your originals for your classes?
I have a couple that I'll sing for them, but mostly it's above their head. And it's so personal that it feels weird because I don't want.
Well, there's some boundaries that we have to have with the people. Me with clients, you with students. There's boundaries we have to set. So I understand that. What's your favorite way to engage a child that doesn't think that music is important? Did you know that question was coming?
No, I did not know that question was coming, but I'm laughing because there's always one in every class. Always one. My favorite way to engage them is just to make friends with them, basically. Show them that they're an important person. Because what has happened in their life is sometimes somewhere they've had a bad experience with a music teacher or a musician, or they just haven't had a lot of music in their life, so they don't really get why it's important. So I focus on the relationship, and I focus on fun. We jump around and have a lot of fun. And even if they're sitting there going, we're having fun, come on, this is fun, let's go. And they're like, okay, fine. And after a while, I really do get through to them. It might take a couple years. I can think of one child in particular who's going to be in 5th grade this coming year, and it took a long time for him to get up. And part of it is them. You know, part of it is when you sing, you feel exposed. When you dance, you feel exposed. And if that's not something they're used to, especially because of COVID, when we weren't allowed to touch each other.
COVID did a number on our kids. I don't care what anybody says.
On social interaction. We see it every day in the classroom that they don't understand how to interact. I have to provide words for them. Could you please be my partner? You know, would you please sing this song with me? Would you please be in my group? They don't have that language. It's bizarre.
Especially in that age group. Yeah. They lost so much. And it's not fair, but there's nothing that we could have done about the way that all transpired.
We had never been through that before. Right. Not since like the polio scare of like 1955 or whatever it was. Like
exactly. And that polio scare went through New London and stole a whole school of, the school's right down the road here, and it's pink. And you can feel the loss when you go. The house has that kind of karma that all those students died. And if you know New London's history, you know that we lost more children than adults during that polio scare. It was very scary. It went through a whole school and took all those kids. I think it was 170 kids, I think. Someone can correct me if you know the true numbers.
I'm sure someone will
Call
let
me
you
up.
know. They will.
They will. There's all kinds of historians in my league of connectedness. So I love your music. I love the way you engage your audience, but you also play with a band.
I do.
Let's talk a little bit about that.
It's so exciting. All my life I have wanted a band.
Okay.
And I just had to wait till the right time when my kids were a little bit older. And
I met my bass player at an open mic in Middletown. He was running the open mic.
Who's your bass player?
Dave Tenike.
I don't know him.
And he,
Or maybe I do.
I played a regular open mic set, a couple songs, and he came up to me afterward and said, so my band went kaput during COVID, and I was looking for a lead singer and guitar player, and what do you think? And I was like, all right, I'll try it. Try anything. Why not? And we started rehearsing together. I think it was, let's see, not last fall, but the fall before that. So was that 2021?
Yep.
Yes. So in fall of 2021, and he's very goal oriented. So he said, I want to apply to the Durham Fair, and I want us to play at the Durham Fair. So I want to put together a demo. So let's practice, and we'll put together a demo. Okay. And we added a drummer, and we put the demo together. And then he said, I think we can either have a drummer or we can have a piano player. And I was like, oh, because our very good friend is a piano player. And Ben and I had been kind of playing a little bit together, like jazz standards and like old rock kind of thing, a little bit of R&B, just piano and vocal. And I said, well, I know a piano guy. Like, could we, let's try it out. And I don't know why, I was very nervous about bringing these two parts of my world together, because I was afraid, I guess, that it wouldn't work.
I understand that.
But
yeah.
Ben came to the rehearsal space and played, and the first song, we were like, oh, this is magic. Okay, done. We're done. And
what did you tell your drummer?
Well, he didn't really want to be in the band anyway, so it didn't matter. He was like, whatever. He was just doing it for the money. So, it's so true.
Oh, musicians that are only in it for the money should not be.
Yeah, exactly. They should probably find like a corporate job.
Yeah, yeah. I've met people that were in it for the money, and I don't think one of them has been on my TV show.
Well, it's not.
There's a reason for that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying.
Gotta have the love for it.
So I find that you have an interesting nuance of putting words together. The way that you put words together is different from a lot of singer-songwriters. Where did you learn? Did you take some technique classes about songwriting, or are you just a self-made woman? Self-made musician?
Well, like we talk about the 10,000 hours, right? The more you practice your craft, the better you're going to become.
Of course.
But I did start with two parents who have excellent vocabularies and never spoke to us like we were kids. They just spoke to us as people. So I developed a very wide vocabulary, and my children are doing the same thing right now, because both my husband and I speak to them like they're people, not like they're little babies. So starting with that, and then starting to write poetry, for me, lyrics always comes first.
Okay.
I have journals and journals and journals full of poetry and lyrics and just sentence fragments and really strong feelings, and so. And I'll sit at a coffee house and I'll have my journal and I'll be writing. I'll sit in church and I'll have the journal and I'll be writing. And one time a friend said to me, "What are you always writing?" I'm like, well, I have a lot of thoughts in here, and if I don't write them, then people get really tired of hearing my voice. So it's partially a coping mechanism.
If I didn't write, my brain would explode.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. I have a lot of thoughts going on in here all the time. And my daughter is now starting to do that. She will walk. We're walking to the bus in the morning. She's walking and writing, because she knows we don't want to hear all the things that are inside her head. I just don't. I have my own thoughts that I want to think. So it's definitely functioned as a coping mechanism, but I'm able to channel it into, craft.
I think that it's important that we put our words down that way, because we have one mouth and two ears, and when someone else is doing the talking, it's important for us to use the thing we have the most of. And so if we're writing our words, people don't have to listen to us. We can listen to them. I know in the field of counseling, that's really important.
Yeah, that's a good point.
For me, and you're a teacher, and you teach music. So Do you think that you can see/hear when there's that one special child that you know is going to get it and is going to be really good?
I'm not supposed to admit that. I'm not, because they're all special.
No,
They're all talented, and they all deserve a trophy. You know, that's still kind of the mentality.
That's the way the mentality is, but I'm
yes,
not sure I agree with it.
for sure. You can find them, and they're the ones that end up loving my class and will, hang around after to talk to me, or I want to show you a dance. Miss, can I show you this dance that I made up? Oh, Miss, I've been working on this other song. I memorized the whole thing. So those are the kids that that just are so excited. So they kind of present themselves. I don't have to watch for them. They just are in my face all the time.
Right, and have you seen any of them go on and start their own bands? And you've been doing this a little while.
Because it's elementary school, they don't often come back. They kind of, I remember like one of my elementary school teachers, and I wouldn't know where to find her even if I tried.
I remember every single one.
Oh, they would be very glad to know that.
I don't remember high school teachers.
Interesting. I remember more high school teachers than I remember.
I remember a couple of them, but I remember every single grammar school teacher, all the way from pre-K, all the way up to the 6th grade, every single one.
Wow.
And a few of the middle school, because middle school was only 7th and 8th at that time. But if you asked me about high school, I'd really have to think about it. But I was wasted all the time.
Well, that might be why. Maybe
That's back in the day. So anyway, if you could write your own legacy, and oftentimes we think we're leaving a legacy, but we really don't know what is going to be left behind when we're gone. If you could write your own legacy, what would it be, and who would it be directed at?
Legacy. Like things that I would want to, parts of me I would want remembered. Kindness, for sure. That's what we teach in our family, that you are kind, no matter if someone comes at you grumpy or cranky or I'll constantly say, I told my daughter she's not allowed to complain about other drivers because she's not driving. That's a thing. She's not allowed. But I will try to say, if someone cuts in front of me, or well, maybe they're just having a bad day, or they really have somewhere to go. Like they obviously, it's really important. And try to face. I think it's one of the most difficult things we do as humans. Try to respond kindly instead of the way that someone might have spoken to you. I mean, I have to do it all the time with the teenagers. Practice it there, so might as well bring that out into the world.
Especially writing a song about a boy leaving his socks all over the house.
Seriously.
I wouldn't have responded well to that as a teenager. I do what?
I'll play it. Kids? It's so funny. I'll play that song for my daughter, and I'll play like one part. She goes, "Yep, I did that today," and then I'll play the next part. No, I didn't do that. I'm like, well, I'm not writing the song spontaneously. Like, I already wrote the song.
Right.
So it's just stuff that you guys have done, but she takes it very personally. Oh, I didn't do that. Oh, I didn't do that today, Mom. Like, sorry, kid.
I think that music is a great way for you to teach your kids, especially your daughter that's on the spectrum. I find that all the people that I've worked with, and I've worked in group homes, I've worked in every aspect of the health field, the mental health field, and I find that all the people that I've worked with respond best to music. Especially if they're not cognitively able to verbalize things.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And I think it's the best thing that we do is give music to the world. You give great music to the world. I'm really happy that you give the music that you give.
Thanks.
I can't wait for the Groton. So tell people where they can find you.
Oh, my band, Liz Reed and Time of Day, we will be playing Parkville Market in Hartford on July 6th. That's, I believe, from 7 to 10 p.m.
That's Thursday.
That is this Thursday. No, next Thursday.
Thursday.
Next Thursday. You scared me for a minute. This Thursday,
No, it is this.
Oh, right, it will be this Thursday.
Yeah.
That's correct. It is this Thursday, thank you. And let's see, Grill 37 Restaurant in Pomfret on
Okay.
July 21st. I'll be playing. That's a restaurant where you need reservations.
Okay.
And then Terry's doing the Wyckoff Fair.
I'm emceeing that show.
Well, I'll see you there.
Yay!
And that's on the 22nd, right? At
think so.
Dexter's in East Hampton. And then
Yep. The Wyckoff Fair is an all-women's musical day at Dexter's in East Hampton.
East Hampton.
East Hampton. It's going to be awesome. I'm emceeing, and it's all women, all musical acts fronted by women. Mostly singer-songwriter. It's going to be an amazing day. Starts at 2 and goes till 10.
Excellent. It's going to be a great day.
So much fun.
And then finally, this month at the Groton Farmers Market on Tuesday, the, what is that? the
25th.
25th. Got it. That's 3
From
to 6.
3 to 6 in Groton. I'll see y'all there.
Perfect.
That's going to be so much fun. I look forward to that. Would you be interested in taking us out with a song?
I sure can.
That will be awesome. So this has been Liz Reed. She's amazing. She's fun. You can see her at the Groton Fair. You can see her at the Wyckoff Fair. That's in East Hampton. And it's at Dexter's. So if you Google Dexter's, you'll be able to get more information. That you'll see the lineup of people that are playing. It is summertime though. Let me just remind you that if the tar seems hot to you, it will burn your children's feet. It will burn your pets' feet. Please, please, please do not walk your dogs on hot tar. Make sure you can get them some little shoes. Not the best thing, but keep your dog's feet safe. Keep your children's feet safe. It's hot out. Make sure your next door neighbors that are elderly have some kind of air in their house and that they have fresh water. Take care of your neighbors. This is our community. Without community, there's nothing. So take care of each other. I love you all. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
I will always be a small potato, a sweet, round, russet hybrid of a girl. And I don't care about the fame or the fortune. I just want to find the kindness in this world. We live for truth. We live for justice. We seek and we find and then we seek some more, 'cause we believe that they are out there, the ones who really will change the world. But I will always be a small potato, a sweet, round, russet hybrid walking by. And I just want to meet some nice, happy people who smile on the street corner when they meet your eye. I asked for strong. I asked for honest. You'll never find that, they said. But you are pure. You have such courage.